What's up, everybody? Dustin from MFS here today. I'm going to talk about the Griffin tank by Geek Vape. New name, Geek Vape. Been seeing them a lot, getting a bunch of samples from these guys, been playing with a lot of their products. I think Geek Vape is either Heat Vape has changed their name or purchased Geek Vape, or they're, branding their new products Geek Vape. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm sure you can Google it by the time you see this video and you'll have all the information you want. But Geek Vape, tried a couple of their box mods they've sent us, a couple, this tank, and I think one other tank, and I've been a big fan of all of them. This tank is absolutely fantastic. The flavor is phenomenal. The options you have with it are phenomenal. Pretty great tank. One thing that I almost said no to this tank and we didn't carry it at all is because it leaked on me, but found out that that was just a complete user error because I'm just a big dumb idiot. Whenever you're wicking this thing, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this out there for everybody in the beginning, whenever you're wicking this thing, don't tuck the cotton into the air holes, because that's what I did and this thing leaked profusely. We had to contact the people who made the tank, and they were like, no, when you're wicking it, and they sent us a picture of proper wicking, just have it right above the juice channels whenever you're tucking your wick in. Don't actually stuff it in there. The juice channels are like little holes, and I stuffed it in there, so it's somehow that causes it to leak. I'm not sure the science behind it, but believe me, it did. All I did was I just plucked the wick out, shortened it probably like a millimeter, and then just stuck it back down so it was just right on top of those air holes, and then closed it. Not a single bit of e-liquid has leaked from this thing since, and it has been a phenomenal vape. The flavor from this thing is 10 out of 10. I'm loving it. I got Kryptonite in here by Cosmic Fog, and couldn't hope for a better experience out of this tank right now. It's chucking clouds. I got a 0.42 build in here at 37.5 watts on the IPv-D3. Thing just pushes clouds. You can also make this thing predominantly for flavor, where you can put higher resistant builds, lower the wattage a little bit, still up the airflow. Just take a little mouth to lung inhales and get pretty good amount of juice out of this tank, or get a pretty good lifetime out of juice out of this tank if you do it that way. But if you're cloud chasing like I am right now, you'll go through about a tank and a half, 2 tanks a day. So if you're cloud chasing, or if you're just mouth to lung inhaling, it comes with 2 different style drip tips. It comes with this big hole drip tip, is what it says on the packaging, which is this giant wide bore drip tip. It says it is which one was it? 17 or 13.5 millimeter drip tip. It also comes with a 510 adapter, which is just a little Delrin piece that goes in there, or you can stick it on the drip tip and then stick it in there. But just converts it so you can use whatever the more standard drip tips, your favorite drip tip, whatever you want, will fit on this thing, will work. So you can get the wide bore for big cloud chasing, or a tinier bore for flavor chasing, whatever you want. But another thing about this tank is the juice flow control. You can adjust right here by just twisting this little dial right here that's real comfortable to twist, and you can open up the holes on the side that lead directly into your coils that you've built, and you can choose how much e-liquid, or how the access your e-liquid has to your coils. So if you're using a thinner e-liquid like I am, which is thinner than what I usually use, which is a Max VG, I'm using Cosmic Fog, which is a thinner e-liquid, you don't have to keep the juice holes is wide open because it could flood it or whatever. I'm having no problems wide open, but if you're using a thinner e-liquid, maybe 100% PG for mouth to lung, and you have it wide open and you have it wigged a certain way or a certain kind of build, it could just pour out. So you have control of it. So you can actually wet your coils, close the airflow, vape it dry, open it up, let it wet, let your wicks get wet again, and then close it, vape it, or whatever. That's what I like about this thing, is the choices you have. It's customizable to your preference. Everything about it is customizable, from the drip tip, juice flow, airflow. You can build your own coils. It's an RTA. Everything's fantastic. The build deck is a velocity style deck where it has 2 posts with 4 holes drilled into it. So you can do a quad coil build. I have a dual coil in here because I didn't want to mess with quad coils. They're headaches, but some people who are out there into crazy builds, will go for those quad coil builds, and I'm sure you're gonna have a fantastic experience, because quad coil builds can be fun when you hit them, just not fun to make them. Nothing really bad to say about this thing. Like I said, the juice era, some of you might have that, but that's just because maybe you're in the big dumb idiot club just like me, where we just wicked it wrong. But if you wick this thing correctly, you're gonna get a 10 out of 10 vape. This thing has not a drop of juice on it right now. And not a dry hit. So take that how you want it. Tastes delicious, looks pretty cool, fantastic tank, everything about it's good. definitely check it out if you're looking for a good RTA. So with that being said, this is Dustin from My Freedom Smokes. Thank you for vaping.